All right, today we're going to be taking a look at 3 watch straps from Ritche. And after taking a look at these 3 bands, I think this really solidifies Ritche as the best value watch brand manufacturer out there. Let's take a look and I'll show you what I mean. So this is actually the 3rd time I've reviewed Ritche's watch straps on the channel. Last time they sent me a large selection of their NATO straps, and I was very impressed at the price for quality ratio that they offered there. And it got me kind of curious of what they could do with something other than a NATO strap. So I was really excited when they emailed me and asked me to take a look at some of their newer straps. And so today we've got a silicone band, a top grain leather band, and then a vintage leather strap. These are priced extremely competitively. The first 2 are very similar to offerings that you'll find from Barton, and I almost wonder if they're using the same manufacturer. I have no idea how to verify that, but the similarities are very clear. This is very similar to Barton's Elite silicone style, and then Barton also offers a top grain leather. However, their prices are a lot cheaper than Barton will offer. You can get this one for about $17. Top grain leather also $17, and then this vintage kind of leather strap for $16. So we'll go through and talk about them. We're going to try it on some watches. I have the Citizen Nighthawk here. We're going to put on this silicone strap. I have a Spinnaker Hole, which we're going to put on this top grain leather strap, and then I've got my trusty Timex Weekender that we'll try on with this vintage leather strap. Like last time, these straps were provided by free for Ritche, so I get to keep them. So keep that in mind as I go through the review. So we're going to start by taking a look at the silicone strap, and this is kind of cool. So this is actually, it's one of those 2-tone ones. So you can see that the underside of this one is orange. It comes in a variety of different colors. You're also getting, you're getting quick release pins on there. So make it really easy to switch out. And then if you see it from the side, you can kind of see that 2-tone color. The buckle is very heavy duty, nice brushed finished. And then on the top, you're getting a really nice kind of crosshatch pattern that's very subtle, but when it catches the light, it looks kind of cool. So what's really fun about these straps is that from the top they look like kind of simple black straps, but then from different angles you get a little pop of color here from the underside, and so that's kind of just a fun, subtle way to add a little bit more color to it. Another really nice thing about this is that they actually send you 2 of these bottom halves of the strap, so you get 2 different lengths, so you can really make sure you get a good fit. So if you have a smaller wrist, you can use the shorter one, or if you have a bigger wrist, or if you want to wear it over a wetsuit or something, you can install the longer one. Again, both of these are quick release, so it's easy to swap in and out. So really great feature there. Another nice thing you'll notice is on the bottom that has this hole here. So this is not decorative. It actually has a locking mechanism. So this second keeper has a notch in it that will fit into this hole when you slide it in, and that will lock it into place. So the second keeper will lock the band into place. It won't slide out. The keeper won't move around. The band won't come undone. So really great little feature there. Overall, it's an extremely comfortable strap, as silicone often tends to be. Seems to be pretty well built. Hardware and style and everything is great. And again, you can pick this one up for just $17. I have it here on the Citizen Nighthawk, and I think it's kind of a fun look for the Nighthawk. Maybe it would have been better to go with the version that has a red underside to kind of match the red accents on the Nighthawk. Would have looked a little bit cooler, but I got the orange one. I actually installed it on a SWC Diver, which was the previous watch that I reviewed, and that one had orange accents, and it looked really cool on that one. All right, moving on, let's talk about the top grain leather one. And this one is actually the one I was kind of excited to check out, but it sort of gave me the biggest mixed feeling about. Again, this is extremely similar to something you're going to find from Barton. I haven't tried Barton's top grain leather, but looking at the pictures, the design and the finish looks almost identical. So I'm imagining that the quality is fairly similar too. And the quality is good there. It's definitely a high quality strap. But the finish was really interesting to me. So I was kind of expecting or hoping that the finish would look more unique. I don't know. It's an extremely smooth, almost boring finish. There's no texture. There's no gloss. It seems like a very kind of sort of a rough, unfinished look, which I think is what both Barton and Ritche were going for with the strap. It kind of gives it a very rugged look. It looks sort of like raw leather. but the finish is extremely smooth. So this is top grain leather. Now, almost every other watch strap you're going to get in this price range is going to be genuine leather. The difference between top grain and genuine leather is the part of the hide that they use. So this is taken from the top part, which is more durable. It's generally more expensive and should last longer. And then so from the top grain of the hide, you can get two kinds. You get the full grain leather or the top grain leather. Full grain is where they've got the top layer of the leather still intact. So that's where you get a lot of the character from the leather. The actual grain is there, but oftentimes there's imperfections and scratches, which a lot of people prefer. Top grain leather is when they take that full grain and then they sand it down to remove those imperfections, and what they're left with is a really smooth surface underneath that can then usually be either embossed or finished to make it look however you want. So it looks like what they've done is that this is a top grain leather that has not been finished. So you're just getting that smooth look of it that's very, very matte finish. There's no gloss, there's no embossing, no texture. It almost feels like kind of like brown paper or something is almost what it looks like. So probably what I'm going to wind up doing on this one is I'll probably either apply like an oil treatment to it or some kind of leather conditioner that will probably change the color, maybe add a little bit of gloss and darken it, and I'll see how that looks. But yeah, I wasn't too happy with the finish on this just because I thought it looked a little bit plain. But that's, you know, that might be what you're looking for. That's mostly a style choice. And you can get this in a lot of different colors. They have it. So you can check the website if you don't like the, I think this is the ginger or tan color, but they have darker browns. I think they even have some reds, and you can check that out. Hardware is decent. Nothing too spectacular, but seems very sturdy, well done. You'll notice on all of these, none of the hardware is signed, so that's one area I kind of would like to see Ritche put their name on there, but maybe you like the unsigned look, and you know it'll match your watch better that way. Stitching seems really good. On this one, the one problem I did have with it, oh, you'll notice here, so yeah, top grain leather, says so right there. So one of the things I did have a problem with is the stitching right here on the strap. So there was a little piece of that thread where it had been applied with some glue or something to make it not come out, but it had popped out and it was kind of poking the bottom of my wrist, and it was really annoying. But what I wound up doing, I just took some fingernail clippers and clipped that part off, and it was fine after that. But that was, you know, I have had that happen with some other straps before, and so I think that sometimes happens, but that's just one thing to be aware of. But other than that, the strap seems really high quality, and yeah, again, getting a top grain leather strap at this price range is pretty much unheard of. So the main benefit to that, again, is that this is, you know, theoretically it should last longer than any of the other straps. It should last much longer than a genuine leather strap. It should be more durable. It should be able to handle the bending and the creasing that leather straps often go through. So that's the main benefit, I think, to getting the top grain leather. Finally, we're going to take a look at this vintage leather strap. And this is maybe one of my favorite straps that they sent me. It's hard to find a good low-priced vintage leather strap like this, you know, the kind that has the simple finishing with the stitching on the top to give your watches a vintage look. Again, this is only $16, and so I've looked at a strap from Ritche that was a vintage leather that you can also get on Amazon. This one definitely feels like a higher quality strap than that. I really like the holes that they punched here. They're nice and big. The stitching is very well done, very secure. Again, you're getting quick release pins. This one, as you notice, is just genuine leather, but the leather is very soft, very pliable. And the finish feels better than the Ritche finish. It's a nice finish there. And then the hardware is really good. I was kind of impressed with the hardware. This one actually feels like the sturdiest buckle out of all of them, so I really like the buckle here. And it goes in really well with the holes. Again, good thickness, but fairly soft. And it looks great on a wide variety of watches. You know, the Weekender is a strap monster, so anything looks good on it, but it particularly looks good on the Timex Weekender. And this is, again, you know, you can pick the strap up for only, I think, $16. So it's a great option for, yeah, dressing up or dressing down some of your watches. So again, this will wrap up our review of Ritche's watches. It was really cool to get to take a look at some of their other offerings besides NATO's, and again, I was really impressed with what they've offered. I definitely recommend this brand if you're looking for low-priced watch straps that are of a decent quality. I think this is again the best value out there in watch straps. You know, they have a huge selection of straps that are under $20, and all of them are good quality straps. Obviously, if you want to spend more, you can get better straps out there, but I think this is like adequate level of quality for a really good price. And these are, you know, this is when I'm looking for straps in this price range, this is the kind of thing I want to see. So I've been really impressed with them. And yeah, I think they're kind of the go-to ones. If you want to spend less than $20 on a strap and get a decent strap, this is going to be better than almost anything out there. I think these are of higher quality than the previous straps that I reviewed on that video where I talked about different ones I found on Amazon. Their NATO's are better than things like cheapest NATO straps. I found they were better there. Again, the quality seems pretty comparable to Barton. And also you'll find links to all of these on Amazon, which is one of the great things I think about Ritche straps is that you can find them on Amazon. So you get Amazon's Prime shipping if you're a part of that. Also, be sure to check out Ritche's Facebook group because they're doing a lot of giveaways and it seems like a really great community they're trying to build. They're often giving away watches for prizes, and then they're also always looking for people to be product testers. So as they're coming out with new products, they're looking for people to test them and get a free strap, try it out, and give them their opinion. So definitely recommend you go join their Facebook page if you're interested in getting your hands on some of these or just, you know, looking for a nice watch community on Facebook to be a part of. So, hope that was interesting to you guys. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.